Hello, Jess Too Good here, back for a special video, and today I'm discussing my most anticipated January 2016 sets releasing from LEGO.
That was me 10 years ago with my first ever LEGO list video, my most wanted LEGO sets of 2016. And a lot has changed in 10 years, but I just wanted to point out how this winter 2026 video, where I look at the sets I'm most hyped for, with official releases in January and February 2026, is kind of an anniversary video. I've owned and reviewed a lot of my most wanted sets for this season because I got them early from LEGO, so I'll just be ordering them based on my hype before I built them. I've been kind of sick of Star Wars, but I'm not sick of interesting minifigures, and I absolutely love the two minifigures in Cobb Vanth Speeder, which takes my number 30 spot. The design of Cobb Vanth looks fantastic. That's the first time we're getting that hairpiece in that gray coloring. The new face print is perfect, the arm printing is perfect, the damaged Boba torso printing is perfect, the damaged helmet, I love all of that. The new Cad Bane looks fantastic as well. I especially love the arm printing. I also love the new 1x1 print for the blue milk. That's pretty adorable. The build for the speeder is, fine. If this was a $20 set, this would be high up on the list, but the worst part is that it's $35. LEGO is really charging an overpriced arm and leg for this, albeit very nice printed ones. The epic battle Hulkbuster vs. Hulk set captures a scene from Age of Ultron with a lot of dynamic articulation on this Hulkbuster and this new Hulk Big Fig. It's slightly different than the previous version that we got for an Age of Ultron set with a new printed face. I always like getting a new Big Fig, and it's crazy comparing the price at $50 with the piece count of 413 pieces of this set to the $55 223 piece garbage heap that's this set. A lot of people said, oh well, it's so expensive because of the Big Fig. That totally wasn't true comparing it to this set. Regardless, part of me is sick of Hulkbusters, though I will say the sleekness of this Hulkbuster harking back to the original LEGO Age of Ultron Hulkbuster is giving me some nostalgia, and I'm more intrigued to buy this one than say that Infinity War one from a couple years ago. The design of the scene here has a city broken down, which you'll see in another epic battle set later in this video that I like more, but I actually like the build of the city scene here a lot more in my opinion. I don't know, it just fits the scene more. Like every other adult who still will buy a LEGO City set, I am sick of LEGO City Police. However, they kind of won me over with the police train heist. Okay, to be honest, I don't really care about the police branding here. Like if I buy this, I probably won't even put the stickers for that front locomotive, but the front locomotive is probably my favorite part of this train design. I think it looks atypical compared to other LEGO trains, and I really like the output that LEGO City has with trains recently. I mean, I loved this summer's Arctic train. The design here is the fun idea for a train heist, which I can't really think of outside of a Western setting from LEGO. The jail car, which has an exploding feature, is a lot of fun. It's like an upgraded police transport truck. The design also has a pretty nice helicopter build as well, which is surprising because I also feel helicopters are overdone in the theme. I also like how it has that one minifigure who is awesome in this smaller police transport set, albeit it doesn't have her hairpiece, but that is a hairpiece I own with other minifigures. Yeah, another Kill Bill LEGO reference to add to the collection. It does feel overpriced at $200. Like the Arctic Explorer train was $10 more, and that just felt like it had a lot more going on. I mean, that had the whole mountain setup as well as an Explorer base. There's like one more part of the train that holds a car, and the car is kind of basic. I guess the giant safe build ready to be cracked is kind of neat. I mean, piece count wise, the difference is around 200 pieces between this police one and the Arctic one. So I guess even though it doesn't seem like that's too big of a piece difference, it really went a long way. I totally get the hesitance that a lot of people have with the new LEGO modular building set for 2026. If you don't own a lot of modular buildings, the designs of these two buildings doesn't have anything flashy that stands out as, oh, this is a cinema, this is a museum, this is a diner. No, we just have two generic looking buildings. However, as somebody who owns a lot of modulars, I'm very drawn to this abnormal footprint that we have going on here. It's basically two corner buildings on one plate with these weird triangular designs. And I also quite love the color scheme that they have going on with these two, especially with the building on the left with that sand green, white, and blue with an accent of tan. I also love some of the building techniques on the exterior here. I'm still obsessed with how they use that one dumpling piece as part of the framework atop these windows right here. The design of the building's interiors are cramped in a way that feels realistic. Like, yeah, this is an apartment in the city. It makes sense that it's so small. The musical instrument store is something I really haven't seen from many other themes, if any, though admittedly the furniture store is nothing that stands out to me. I also love the two minifigures for these band kids, which have an interesting purple recolor of that one piece we see so often in LEGO Pirates sets. The design of the pigeon is nice to get in a white coloring. And alright, a correction from my reveal video, yes, there's no stickers in here whatsoever. Only one modular building ever has had stickers, so it's nice to see these lovely prints for these store fronts. For the size and height and detail of these buildings, $250 is perfectly worth the price. It's not something I will get right away, but it's something I will definitely get down the line. I'm trying to get every single modular building. I have about half of them. If you watch this channel long enough, you know I love when LEGO does sets based off of random movies, and we've never seen a LEGO Aristocats set before. This is Adorable Marie, releasing in January for $35 with 369 pieces, and it follows LEGO Disney's recent style of capturing these animated animal characters as brick-built characters. I like how posable that head is. It's the first time we're getting one of my favorite pieces ever, that crystal piece in a plain white coloring for that tuft at the top of her hair, and that's freaking amazing. I'm very intrigued by this bow at the back, which seems to be like a foil piece or something. Also, the tail being posable is nice. The face and everything here looks a little bit more blocky than I hoped. Still, I think they do a good enough job with the overall shaping, the prints on the face, the articulation to capture this character. I just wish it was a little bit more round in its overall design. The $35 price is good for what's included, though I almost wish they got rid of these side builds and just made this closer to like $25. Though admittedly, I do like the build for the brush, especially how they capture the bristles. The LEGO City 2026 airport set is a set that's growing on me more and more. Sure, I still feel like this front exterior is a little bit too simplified for what it's going for. Like, I wish there was just a bit more detail. But hey, that's LEGO City for you. I honestly think I prefer the interior more. I do love the Easter eggs to things like Fabuland, which, you know, that's one of my favorite themes, Bricksburg from the LEGO movie, or even Billland Airport, you know, home of the LEGO brick. The design here having a cute little cafe to the left, and even a TSA section with an X-ray feature. I also like the baggage claim turnstile, which I'm really hoping has like a little twist feature or something. I see how you could spin this top part and how it looks like they could maybe have it so that that thing turns around. I also like the conveyor belt for baggage claim, getting those bags inside there. The passenger plane is more of a private jet. I mean, it reminds me of some of the ones we've seen from other sets. This set is suggesting you get that much more expensive passenger plane from, what, 2023? And now I really want that set to go with this specific set. I almost forgot, but there's a very interesting inclusion of Chase McQueen in this set where he has a new piece, which I really like the molding there, and I want to see that for other type of lanyard type setups, for a sunflower lanyard, which is a thing in real life that people wear if they have hidden disabilities and need assistance at, say, a place like an airport. I actually think the $100 price isn't too bad either. I think that fits just about everything included. Restaurants are probably my favorite type of building from LEGO, so I was immediately drawn to this LEGO Friends $130 garden restaurant set. However, I think I like it not because it's a restaurant, but because this makes for a very interesting, tacky hotel. This reminds me of, say, the Florida Project Hotel in Kissimmee. The front exterior's garish pink walls really play into my idea there. And I really like the build for the palm trees. And like, come on, there's a freaking pool in front of this restaurant, quote unquote. That is very hotel coded. The interior even has this whole bottom floor where it screams front lobby of a boutique hotel. The design here, they just call this study. Like, yeah, I know so many restaurants with a study. The second floor has that dining hall, which is pretty cute. I like the abundance of food and the design using that Tin Man's hat piece. The design also has a bathroom to the left, which I always like when they include bathrooms in buildings. That's pretty compact. Then at the very top, you have that terrace, which is really the only dining area. I would expect like more tables and things like that. It's kind of weird how little dining space this has for a restaurant. So yeah, in my headcanon, this is a hotel. The $130 price is worth it in my opinion. I just have to find a way to fit it into my city. But hey, I mean, I have this set in my city, which I call the Olive Garden. I've also been out of LEGO Ninjago recently, but with the return of Ninjago Legacy, I have an eye on the theme once again, and I really like this 4-weapons Blacksmith set. This is something that reminds me of one of my favorite sets, the 2000s Blacksmith shop with its fully enclosed design, but this also just looks accurate to its in-show counterpart. I saw a lot of people roasting this set for being too small, but I think for $100, this is what I would expect for a fully enclosed building. I mean, look, if you're a price for piece ratio person, the price for piece ratio is insane at 1,259 pieces. Getting exclusive variants straight from the show as well, okay, it is weird that they still use the LEGO Ninjago movie face with the ball there, but more importantly, getting their parents once again is very welcome. The Master of Earth is a cool addition as well. I mean, they also throw in Wu too. But I'm honestly more drawn to this because of that build. I like the exterior with the stony design at the bottom, the garden at the side with the "Do Not Walk Here" sign, and the quaint interior, which has a nice little tea room to it all. This and a set later down on this list are definitely going to be the return of me having a little LEGO Ninjago display. This $10 LEGO Ninjago spinner set is incredibly simple, yet it's higher than a lot of more complex and more anticipated sets for other people. Why is that? You'll see in this list. I like cheap sets, and a cheap set like this is hard to pass up. You see, I haven't had a Ninjago spinner set in a couple of years, and I kind of want to see what the new Ninjago spinning mechanism is all about. I just kind of love this Earth guy right here. This is the Earth Monster, and it seemingly uses like a recolor of the Korg headpiece. I like the craggly design on their torso, that translucent shoulder pad piece. And this is an exclusive minifigure only found in this set, unlike the minifigure in the spinner higher up on this list. And also this is a nice way to get Lloyd. I don't plan on getting any other Dragon Rising sets besides the 2 spinners on this list. The LEGO Marvel 4+ Team Spidey pirate ship coming out in January is very simple, very kiddish, but I kind of love it. This reminds me of the 4+ pirate sets that we got way back in like around 2004, this time with a Spider-Man framework. I mean, the shaping of the pirate ship is good. It's just like the insignia of all of this Spider-Man on it that makes it look way more stupid than it is, but it's a very charming stupidity. The design of the minifigures is really nice as well, where I like seeing like these strange recolors of pirate hats. You know, we kind of talked about that a bit with the modular building set, and seeing them with like Spider-Man prints and everything on there. You get those 3 main characters of Spidey and his amazing friends in here, as well as like a pirate Green Goblin, and all of those are very fun variants that will probably never appear in any other sets. I'm still sad they didn't put Jeff the Land Shark in this set. And the main thing holding this back on my list is it is $50, which I think is a highway robbery. Being charged $35 for this set. They charge it for this set, which should be a $20 set, but LEGO loves overcharging with these 4+ sets. I mean, yeah, I get that they're filled with prints and not stickers, but that can't be the reason these are so ridiculously priced. This LEGO van from LEGO City 2026 is pretty self-aggrandizing, but hey, I think this is a really fun vehicle. The design here having a very cubical, clean yellow look that you would associate with LEGO. It's a different take than the previous LEGO vehicles of City, where it isn't a huge delivery truck. Really hoping that this is a print right here. I do know this part's a print, and that large tile really captures a simple design style that a lot of corporate LEGO things have. The interior here has enough space to fit a couple sets inside. And I noticed that they have that 2x2 camper set, which is also in the airport, but I'm really drawn to the print of this Arctic Explorer train, which we talked about earlier in the video. I really like that set. To see that actually as a LEGO box in universe is fun. The only thing that's holding me back is this screams $20 set, but it's $30. Like, yeah, I know it has a 276 pieces, but the sizing and everything here is really not worth the $30 price. Now, a set with a surprisingly great price is the Ninja Character Display 15th Anniversary set from Ninjago. We get all of these updated ZX outfits, which are incredibly nostalgic to me, in one set for those main characters, and of course an updated Samurai X as well. I don't have to worry about buying some different legacy sets to get these characters in my hand. I can just buy this one single set. It is pretty insane that this has 8 minifigures because you also get Master Wu and for the first time, Jay's mom, which is a really cool minifigure. And what we have here is a pretty nice display piece. It's a simple but effective monastery design. I like how this connects to the other anniversary displays, and the interior with the tea room is cute as well. I fully reviewed and kind of trashed this $10 Lego Sonic the Hedgehog set releasing January 1st, and people did not agree with me in the comments, and that's okay. We all have different opinions on Lego. Yet it's so high on this list because I am bound to the Lego Sonic the Hedgehog theme. I have to get every set. It's one of those properties that's so nostalgic to me, and it is minifigure based, unlike say Mario. I feel obligated to get every set they put out since the output of sets is so low too. I mean, what, we have a 2-set winter wave. The new Sonic minifigure is the best part, which has a facial expression that isn't found in any other sets. I just don't like the Speedster build, which looks way too blocky at the front and even at the side there. I think the front is especially botched, but again, everybody disagrees with me here. That's totally okay. And my obligations to this theme and its low price made it so high on the list. I mean, I am glad that more licensed themes are getting $10 sets, especially in January. So the next 4 entries are a new sub-theme of City called Rides. Yeah, not Lego Stunts, Rides. Each of them are $10 sets that include an oversized, almost Muddy Micros-esque truck with a baby fig, and each of the baby figs are exclusive to the sets. So the idea alone makes me want to collect them all. I mean, it's a low effort to actually get all of them at $40. And I love baby figs from Lego. This giving us a completely new helmet head combo for babies. That's slightly different from the Lego Space ones, which have air tanks. The design of each of these also having interesting variants for torso colors. So ranking these, I'd say my least favorite is the fire engine. There's something that looks off in its shaping for a fire engine. Like, okay, they have the ladder, and they have that fire sign at the side, but I don't know. It feels like a stretch for this one. My second least favorite is actually the bulldozer. To be fair, this reminds me of one of my first Lego sets ever, but yeah, it doesn't feel as cartoony as I expect it to be. I actually like the police one as my second favorite because it has a baby jail at the back, which is hilarious. And yeah, this looks like a police truck, just ridiculous and cartoony. Then my favorite is the one with the stupidest idea. You have construction, you have police, you have fire, you have gaming? Within their original themes, Lego has always had trouble understanding video game culture. A lot of their stuff will boil down to, it's a gaming controller. And for this build, you have like translucent green to it and a black base design, which is a color they like using for some gamer related stuff in their original themes. Then there's like a controller 2x2 at the front. It's so stupid. But this ride sub-theme should be stupid. You know, that's what I want from here. There's a new mini supermarket from Lego Friends, which retails for $20, and the design here is filled with so many interesting Lego food prints. I love the reprint of that bubble piece from the Lego Goonies set, which I haven't gotten yet, but I'm also seeing new ones, and correct me if I'm wrong if any of these aren't new. I love this pretzel bag right here, which reminds me of this real-life variant. The noodle 1x1 right here, which is different from a previous Lego design that we got for a noodle 1x1. The design of the milk and orange juice also look new as well. This is awesome. Even if it's just a slice of a little grocery store, not a complete grocery store, I think this is perfect for that $20 price. And speaking of great $20 city setting sets, the Lego City Fries food truck set looks like one I've seen at World of Food Trucks off Earl of Bronson. I have a soft spot for vehicles with standing room in them, but I especially love how easily this can be removed as a standalone pop-up fry shop. The idea for the vehicle is very unique and something I've seen in the real world. The fry-topped roof is a really fun build too, and that price point is perfect unlike say the Lego truck. And here's that other Ninjago spinner I was talking about, the one with the Mutation monster. The design for this Mutation monster is enough to sell me this $10 set. I absolutely love how they used the big fig head on just a regular Lego minifigure body here. It looks super fun, and I also like the translucent purple on the spinner there. I mean, purple is my favorite color. Like I said before, the character here isn't technically exclusive, but I don't have interest in buying these sets. I guess the 4+ set isn't terrible. And I also like the new Nia minifigure, again a Dragon Risings figure, when I'm not going to get any other Dragon Rising sets beyond these 2 spinners. I love this small LEGO Stranger Things radio station set, which is straight out of the latest season. I'm just really sad that I probably won't be able to get this, as it's locked to getting the Creel house on release. And I am not getting that set on release, even though I really want it, and you'll see it later on this list. These giveaway promos should be something on store shelves for $20. The design here is a great little vignette of something from the latest season. I don't really think there's much else radio station sets in the world of LEGO, and I like how they have that little cubicle going on there, which is loaded with stickers directly referencing the show. The interior of that cubicle is really quaint with all of the equipment. And then the other side of that wall, I quite like this little setup with the couch right there, as well as the first time we're ever getting this 1x2 print of a rubber chicken. Now this is something that should have been a molded piece, but it's such a weird exclusive print. I like that. I like that they didn't put any exclusive prints on the two minifigures for Joyce and Hopper. Now, of course, the original Joyce and Hopper were much better minifigures, but it makes it so that this isn't much of a loss if you skip out on this set. At least for somebody like me who's a minifigure collector. I don't know why they didn't just reprint the designs, at least the face prints, from that 2019 Upside Down set. I mean, they were only ever using that one set, so maybe they're just straight up discontinued prints or something there. But I feel bad for people who missed out on that set, which goes for a lot of money secondhand nowadays. And yeah, I'm very happy that we're getting Stranger Things minifigure sets once again in 2026, and the January release of the Creel house may not be the Starcourt Mall set that I dreamed of, but it's still a very intriguing build and interpretation of that 50s looking house from the show. The design has two ways to display it, where you can have it all together like this, and then there's a feature to have it expand out all broken and torn apart. That's such an interesting play feature. I love the boarded up design and blue and white color scheme throughout the exterior of this house. The interior is a little bit more cramped than I hoped for a $300 building like this, but it does give me vibes of, say, one of my favorite sets, Lockwood Mansion, with these little scenes that remind me of specific scenes from the show. While Steve's car side build is just fine, I really love the radio station van. That looks particularly awesome. And then there's the minifigure selection. Yeah, there's some amazing minifigures here that look just like their in-show counterpart. 11, they absolutely nailed. The new Dustin design is pretty peak. The new Holly minifigure is also great with that new hairpiece altogether. I like Lucas's new hairpiece, which hasn't appeared in any other set. Nancy came out pretty great as well. Vecna's interesting, like the color scheme looks off, but I really like the detail on that figure. It's the only minifigure, unfortunately, with leg printing in this set, and there's even a completely new claw piece. Then you got minifigures like Steve and Jonathan, which both do not look anything like their in-show counterparts. It's pretty insane. Will looks pretty terrible. I mean, the Fortnite designs are right there. And then there's the whole fact that this is $300. I mean, it's not the worst price out there, but considering the 2,500 pieces, it's not the best price per piece ratio out there. And yeah, when I look at this, I think $250 at most. I mean, the Upside Down set was $200 back in 2019, and that had 2,287 pieces. That's a set that feels like it's worth the price. This one, it's like, yeah, they're kind of charging a bit more than this should. Still, like I said, I really love the build of this set, and there are some great minifigures, and I'm very happy to get more LEGO Stranger Things sets. It seems like LEGO is getting Marvel right in 2026. The sets don't feel overpriced anymore. The Spider-Man vs. Mysterio Daily Bugle battle is a $100 set with 781 pieces. Compare that to the Oscorp set from last summer, which was a $140 set with only less than 30 pieces more at 808 pieces. It's kind of insane. And this is like an upgrade of that 2013 one. It's bigger, it's better. It's not on the level of, say, the Icons one from 2021, but it doesn't need to be. This is a more affordable variant that has its own unique spin. I absolutely love the Mysterio minifigure in this set, which is exclusive. That exclusive face print is pretty creepy and changes a lot. The other exclusive prints are great, as well as that exclusive cape variant. And then the Venom-fied LEGO Captain America is an awesome exclusive variant. One of the few Steve Rogers minifigures to have dual molded legs. Like, the only one I could think of other than this one is the zombified Captain America, why don't they just straight up have Captain America Steve Rogers with dual molded legs for his regular appearances? Sure, I am completely tired of the Spider-Man minifigure that they've shoved in all these sets, but yet exclude the dual molded legs that came in 2021 variants. There's like an exclusive Rhino, which is so similar to the 4+ ones, it doesn't really matter. A reprint of the rare JJJ face print from that larger Daily Bugle set, which I love the alternate face there. And there's some other retreaded minifigures here as well. But yeah, that really nice build as well as 2 banger minifigures is enough to get me hyped for this set. As I mentioned earlier, I love LEGO sets on random movies, and here we have the F1 movie set from Speed Champions. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. I just didn't expect to get a LEGO set for the film since we haven't seen LEGO Apple TV tie-ins before, and this set is releasing like a whole half a year after the film released in theaters. But hey, it made some big bucks at the box office. I'm not a huge fan of the general design of F1 vehicles, though I really like the black and gold color scheme of this specific design, and the slickness. It's funny to see an EA Sports logo on the car too. But what's really bringing me to the set are the minifigures. I find it fascinating that we're getting our first LEGO Brad Pitt character ever, and I think they did a good likeness for Pitt with the sunglasses and the new face print, though the alternate face doesn't look anything like him. Damson Idris's Joshua Pierce character has a new face print which looks way older than the character actually is. I don't think they got the design right, but it's hard to say what they can improve right away. I love the exclusive helmets with the character signatures on it. The $28 price tag is phenomenal, and you'll see that with other Speed Champions movie vehicles much higher on this list. This is still an absolutely awesome set. I'm very happy LEGO is once again giving us $10 licensed sets. None of them reach the level of this specific Marvel set, the Ghost Rider motorcycle, which not only has a fantastic build, but what might be our best Ghost Rider minifigure yet. The distinguished face of the flames coming out looks awesome, and I'm so glad that the flame on his head is removable. Rarely can I say the build for a Marvel set is better than the one from the mid-2010s, but the more compact and sleek design of this $10 one improves upon my complaint of the 2016 one's bulk. My only problem is, yeah, that same lame Spider-Man, but whatever. One minifigure that we get a bunch compared to one extremely detailed minifigure, this is a fantastic set. The new LEGO Minifigures Series 28 has been kind of controversial because it takes an idea that a lot of people are already tired of animal costume minifigures. It just gives us a whole series of that. Like, we already get that from so many generic series. However, even a weaker LEGO minifigure series is still an amazing deal for $5 per pack. I love so many of the minifigures in here, if I had to be honest. The fish person is freaking awesome with that new fish head piece. The design there has been used already on my channel for some cursed minifigures. The frog person is also a really adorable suit. And I also love how both of those have interesting cylinder print pieces. One of them for fish food, one of them for bubbles, which the frog goes above and beyond and has a little bubble blowing stick, which I love the use of the relatively new bulb piece. The crocodile or gator suit gives me vibes of the Series 5 lizard, which is one of my favorite collectible minifigures. Love the tail and mask attachment going on there. I mean, it's all one piece. And a new color for the new Lifesaver piece that we see in the Coast Guard 2026 sets. And then an abundance of just other really detailed minifigures. The monkey is a lot of fun. I love the prints on the peacock, especially on that tail back there. The Dalmatian is also pretty peak, which is a cheap alternative to amping out your LEGO Spider-Verse Spot minifigure with the spotted arms there that were lacking from that set, but also just has a great variant of the T-Rex tail in white, unlicensed frisbee, and even that tongue sticking out face, which is really funny. So while it may be a weak generic numbered series from LEGO minifigures, even a weak generic numbered series is still something very exciting that LEGO is releasing. I mean, I'm a minifigure person, so it's hard to pass these up. Remember how I was talking about affordable LEGO Marvel sets? This is only $25. If this was released like 2 years ago, this would be $40. The design of this is based off of Spider-Man 3, and that's probably why I want this so much. My whole life, I've wanted Spider-Man 3 LEGO sets. I mean, I grew up with the Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 sets, and here we have an extremely detailed minifigure for Spider-Man 3 Venom. Like, it's only missing maybe some detailing on the legs, but I absolutely love the torso and face print, which genuinely capture the creepiness from that movie. The design for Sandman also goes hard for the minifigure alone. The brick built design I almost kind of wish was similar to, say, that No Way Home set, but I already have that No Way Home set. So this is a nice variant, even if it's not one-to-one with the movie version. Speaking of No Way Home, you get that same Spider-Man from the Final Battle set for that movie, which looks great as a minifigure. It didn't really need an update. But yeah, this is one of those epic battle sets which recreate iconic moments on almost like a little cylinder disc design right here. And we just have another slice of a city, which isn't super distinct, but yeah, I like the clustered kind of chaotic nature that's going on here. And while Spider-Man 3 is not the best movie, it's super nostalgic to me. I really want this set and I love that $25 price. The LEGO Silver's car vs. Knuckles monster truck is straight out of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and it's the first time we're ever getting a silver minifigure, a character that has been highly requested, and dang did LEGO do an amazing job here. Printing all over this minifigure, even down to the dual molded legs, some fantastic arm printing, absolutely adore the head sculpt here. It's one of my favorite minifigures for January. And the design of the cars are such a step up than what we saw with that $10 Sonic set. You can understand why I was being so hard with that smaller set, because these actually look like their in-game counterparts. The Neo Lightron is pretty perfect in its sleekness, and Knuckles Monster Truck, which is activated from an item in the game, is pretty perfect in its bulkiness. I love how there's old prints here, which is something not even Mario Kart would do, where we started getting stickers for the Super Mario line found within that sub-theme last year. My only complaint would be that I kind of wish we got an exclusive Knuckles minifigure. It's the same one that we got back in 2024. The price at $40 is pretty good for what's included here. I mean, if you're a price per piece ratio person, 378 pieces for $40 is a strong price per piece ratio. Anyways, yeah, I love this set because of the silver minifigure, but it still has some great builds. I don't have too much attachment to the Cars movies. Like, yeah, I saw them when they came out. I think Cars 2 is hilariously bad. I have so much attachment to the LEGO Cars theme. If you remember way back in 2017, I was kind of obsessed with collecting every single LEGO Cars set. I did a video of every LEGO Cars vehicle. I got all the Cars 3 sets as they came out. And this is the latest LEGO Cars set, which is the most detailed Lightning McQueen we've ever gotten. And it's in this Speed Champions format, which is about the perfect scale for this character. I mean, look, I love those quote-unquote minifigure designs that we got for the Cars 2 and Cars 3 sets, but this scale right here allows such an intricate level of detail without making it feel oversized like, say, the Ultimate Build Lightning McQueen. Like any Speed Champion set, this is loaded with stickers, but that's totally okay because he's also known as stickers. I was actually surprised to see the face print stickered on, but I don't mind that whatsoever, even if no other LEGO Lightning McQueen has a stickered on eye design. This looks phenomenal from just about every angle, and this is the only Speed Champion set to have a detailed undercarriage, and they also nail it with that design. But yeah, 270 pieces with this level of detail is a perfect value for this $28 set. I hope this is the first of many more Cars Speed Champion sets because the possibilities are endless. And my most wanted set of January 2026 is the Back to the Future Time Machine, which is a LEGO Speed Champions $28 set. Now, I've already reviewed this on the channel, and I absolutely love this set to the point that's probably my favorite set in a very long time. It's this one and the Game Boy set. I think the design for this is such an upgrade from the LEGO Cuusoo Back to the Future Time Machine of 2013, which I had problems with how bulky and blocky it came out. This one doesn't have a blocky front hood, and it's so smooth at the front there. I actually like the roof design a lot better, which uses a single cockpit but doesn't have any open windows and doesn't look as janky as that 2013 version. The smoothness and sleekness and accuracy continues all throughout this build to the back of the build, and I love how you could swap this between Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2. To be fair, that original Cuusoo version had a Back to the Future 3 variant. I don't really care about Back to the Future 3, to be honest. And then the only other glaring flaw is that the Cuusoo version had gull wing doors, which is such an iconic part of this vehicle, and there's no doors that can open on the Speed Champions version. But to be fair, there's no Speed Champion set with opening doors, so I guess that's in line with the rest of the theme. And then there's the two minifigures, which, yeah, two minifigures for $28, both of which are new, is also very welcome for the LEGO Speed Champions theme. They had that with the F1 movie set. The design of Doc Brown is a new take on his classic Back to the Future 1 appearance, which we previously saw with that Cuusoo set and a LEGO Dimension set. And yeah, everything looks fantastic here. I love his alternate face with the little bandage. The design of Marty McFly looks great for the torso, which has a new torso print and the absolutely perfect use of this existing red vest from one LEGO Dream set. I mean, that's made for this minifigure, right? It's kind of crazy that that wasn't originally introduced in this set. The only thing that I don't like is that this uses the same face print from that larger Back to the Future Time Machine set I was just talking about, which does not look like Marty McFly. Like, you had the perfect face print used in the Kuso set, then you just kind of ditched that exclusive face and used the face that's been used for Han Solo. It's kind of weird. I absolutely love this set. I've been requesting a Back to the Future DeLorean time machine since Speed Champion started doing movie sets. This is so up my alley, and I think it's an improvement from that 2013 set, which I still have a soft spot for. Let me know if you agree with my rankings in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Seriously, you leaving a comment helps so much with the growth of this channel. Let me know your most wanted sets for winter 2026 that weren't on my list. Also, I reviewed many of the sets on this list already on this channel, so go check those out by clicking that playlist. You liking the video helps as well, and subscribing. Click that bell notification so you get notifications of all my LEGO videos as they release and LEGO news. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.